And welcome to the final segment in this four-part series, a discussion on the Declaration of Independence and the first three sentences of the Preamble and our Constitution. My name is Rain Gilstrom. I'm your host in this final fourth segment. What we've been doing is, in this series, is we've been reviewing the often overlooked tenets of the Preamble to the Declaration of Independence. And getting right into it, we'll get started with this last segment. Before I do so, I just want to, again, reiterate the reason why I am doing this is there's a ever-awakening and growing movement out there to restore the United States of America back to its constitutionally limited boundaries. And for the last year and a half, I have been involved in this particular process, at the same time conducting an ongoing investigation of my own. And ever since I actually started, I believe that I couldn't rightly do my part unless I rightly knew what my part in this whole deal was. So I was led back to the tenets of the Declaration of Independence, and I was led to essentially force myself to understand how the entire electoral college election process happens, from the precincts in our counties throughout the United States of America all the way to the President's office. And I don't feel that I could do a very good job unless I knew the entire avenue, and I was amazed at what I discovered. And I was also amazed in one of the discoveries is that a lot of many, unfortunately more than not, even of our elected officials don't even know how the entire system works. And we are electing these people to govern us. We have nobody to blame but ourselves, although there is that part, I believe, through our public education systems that have aided a process of deconstructionism of America to a lower form than it was initially established by our founding fathers, and has become essentially an oligarchic form of government with a fascist economy. So in light of that, in light of my discoveries, I need to go back to the Declaration for a minute and discuss evil for a moment. We'll get to some of these other things here in a bit. But why does history bear that continual fact that mankind is more prone to suffer evils rather than enjoy the ever-flowing income of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? I guess that this is an unanswered question that has plagued mankind for millenniums. But that question, must not go unanswered any longer, especially by this generation. And I believe that I myself, must lead the way. I have found that mankind is more prone to suffer evils for long durations of time when they stop investing in the fact that they are so much more than a purported animal that he's been told he is. We need to rise above all these lies through rediscovering actually who we are as human beings and what our roles and our responsibilities are. And I believe what is noted in the Declaration's first three sentences of that preamble helps us with that. I believe that something as simple as a 2995 dictionary can help us with that too. But more than that, since our country's underlying philosophy is Christianity, that the Bible can also help us, is what will help us understand our origins. But our country does protect the beliefs of the atheists, our country, our very Constitution, does also protect the religious underpinnings of secular humanism as well. Our country's Constitution also protects the rights of the Satanists who want to worship Satan. But it's interesting to note that unless our justice system is maintained and understood as being provided by God, it's hard for me to explain that one. Because the Satanist, the atheist, the agnostic, the whoever, all of their belief rights are protected by our Constitution. All their beliefs are. But their beliefs in no way redefine America's godly heritage, its biblical heritage. It can't. This is what America is, a Christian nation. And there are distinct benefits of being gifted with free will to believe what you want to believe. What other country in the world, what other God of all creation is interested in doing that? But for all the other religious beliefs, Satanism, atheism, secular humanism, Darwinism, none of those other religious beliefs gets to expense the philosophy of the United States of America, nor the Christian's belief. And the Christian cannot expense the beliefs of any of them either. Therein lies a very intricate balance that needs to be struck. And our justice system is that balance. Remember the lady with the blindfold, very statuesque lady holding the scales of justice blindfolded. You must hear the facts, weigh the facts. And the Bible, the Old Testament law of Moses, is what is the base foundation of our justice system. And there's no religious belief out there that can change that. This is what makes up America. And this is what makes getting back to constitutionally limited government through re-embracing the tenets of the Declaration of Independence all that much more important. Because if we only try to get back to constitutionally limited government by the Constitution and not by the endowed responsibility given to each one of us by God to secure the blessings of life, liberty, and the avenue that we can pursue happiness, then it's only going to be law that will secure those rights. The law has gone, well, it's actually not the law that's gone bad. It's actually been those who've made the legislation who no longer represent our Constitution and who no longer represent the tenets of our Declaration of Independence. That's the real issue.